y'all. Welcome to the Radiance Effect podcast, where the goal is to help you shine from the inside out. I'm your host, Brittany Janelle. Let's get into it. Okay, you guys, I am so excited because I have the opportunity to interview my friends today, Paris and Lashone. How y'all doing?
Hey, good.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because I don't even know how long we've known each other. It's been over 5 years, but y'all have always been such genuine people in my life. So it feels like full circle, and I'm sure I might even cry on this episode. I get a little emotional sometimes, but to be here right now with y'all it just really makes my heart warm. So I'm excited about this one.
Man, so much for having us. This is great.
Yes. Happy to be a part.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I actually don't know if I even told you guys this, but as far as season two goes, it's really focusing on the relationship with yourself and unlearning survival. Okay. So the first episode, I did an episode with the man. His name is Brian Copeland, and that episode was talking about mental health and your relationship with yourself, healing, all the things. And then the next episode is the singles perspective, in which it talks about your relationship with yourself as well prior to dating and evolving as an individual before you get into the dating field. And now I'm going to have a conversation with y'all, and this episode is called From Me to We to Us, which I think it kind of like ties in perfectly because I know y'all's story, and we'll go ahead and dive into it in a second. But we're just going to have the opportunity to essentially talk about the beginning to, being married, to having kids and all the things.
Sweet.
Yes.
Yes. So, just to kind of break the ice a little bit, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you guys met?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
I can start.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
bet. Hey everybody. My name is Paris. This is my lovely wife, Lashone. We actually met back in fifth grade. So we were in elementary school when we first met each other. Went all the way through middle school,
Yep.
together. And then went to different high schools, and we re-met like back in college.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yep. Yep. So,
Wow.
yeah, it was sophomore year, and he was working at a school that my sister used to go to. I have a younger sister, and I went to her like choir or some type of concert she had, and I saw Paris, and I was like, "Is that Paris?" And she was like, "Who, Mr. Paris?" And I was like, "Yeah." So, well, Paris look good. He ain't what I remember from middle school.
We done grown up a little bit.
He showed did. He was real little, and now he was real big. Amen.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. And it's like you always hear the term high school sweetheart, but y'all was like elementary sweethearts, kind of, even though y'all wasn't dating back then, but to know
Yeah.
somebody in elementary school and to end up marrying them, like that is quite
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Wow. So you guys have been married now for how long? I should keep up on this, but I'll let y'all tell everybody.
No, it's fine. It's actually funny because it's kind of confusing. People be like, "Y'all been married for 7 years, 8 years." No one ever actually knows the
Yeah.
number, just because of how we decided to do it. And I'm sure we'll get to that in just a little bit. But
Mhm.
we've been married for 9 years, almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years next month.
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is something. That's such a blessing.
Mhm.
And Paris, we gonna dive into some icebreakers too
Sweet.
to keep going
Sweet.
a little bit further. But I just want to
Okay.
hear the story since we're here now. How
Okay.
did you know the lay was the one for you?
So that's a really good question. I knew that LaShawn was the one for me um, so like when we re-met each other in college, I remembered who she was in elementary through middle school. And then that year we got to know each other after we re-met. She was still the same person. Like she still loved to have fun. She still loved to do like all of the things, but she was still super genuine. She was still so down to earth. Loved to have a good time. Loved to laugh. Loved to joke around. But more importantly, she was definitely a woman of God, and I knew that
Mm.
she had exactly what would be needed, and a wife of mine to. She had the capacity for every single thing that we were going to be in our future, and even in our now, and everything else that we're still working towards and going to be. So
Okay. Like I see you over there trying not to blush. You're like, it's my man. You better let him know.
Listen,
I say this every time. I don't know why she
no,
acting
no,
like
you
this.
today. I don't know what it was, but I appreciate that. Okay.
I love it. I love it. And y'all matching today too. Got the little nice red little vibes
Yes.
going on. I feel it. I feel it. So like we gotta go ahead and switch it too. Give peace some love. How
Yeah.
did you know that Paris was the one for you?
Yes, yes. A lot of what he said, but more so for me, it was his pursuit.
Mm.
Um, yeah, like I feel like a lot of times you kind of just guess it and you're praying and you're like trying to consult with God, like, God, is this okay? All of that. Um, and I definitely prayed about it before even getting in a relationship with him. And so, yeah, I praise the Lord for that. But his pursuit. So I always tell this story about our first Valentine's Day. We were not together. But he asked me to be his Valentine, and he had bought me a box of. Well, he surprised. Okay, it's a whole nother story, but he surprised me basically. He told me he was going to give me a gift, and of course, I'm in school, so I'm at college at this time. And I keep checking to see if anything came in the mail, like did he send anything? Because he said he's going to send something. Come to find out, he was the gift. That's the icing on the cake. But when he did come, he had like this box of chocolates, and I do not eat chocolate. I don't like it. And so he's like, I bought you some candy, like eat it. And I'm like, oh, thank you, but no, thank you. I was trying to be nice because I couldn't remember if I told him or not. Um, but when I opened it up, it was not chocolates. It was my favorite candies. It was Skittles. It was Starburst. So he took the chocolates out, put little candies in there. So it was his intentional pursuit. It was him hearing me, listening to me. It was him doing the different strides he did. Like
Mhm.
Paris, he was putting in work, okay? And he just showed me that he really wanted
Mhm.
to be here. He was invested. And I think any relationship, you want to make sure that both are invested, both are putting in effort. And I definitely saw another side of effort that made me be like, okay, I can trust him with my innermost parts. Like not that part,
Mhm.
but you know what I mean? Just all the other
Mhm.
intimate parts. Yeah.
Wow. First off, I gotta give you a little, not little, your big one, okay, P? Because I see how that was a slam dunk right there. You're like, I've been paying
Mhm.
attention to you, girl.
Yes.
For sure, for sure.
Wow. And even as like from a woman's standpoint, because I had to relearn all the things when it came to love and
Mhm.
like to be in this space now of like understanding what it means to be pursued as a woman is so much different, right? Because I know
Hmm.
society sometimes will tell you certain things, but you just really sit back in your feminine and aura and
Mhm.
just allow a man to pursue you the way that God
Yeah.
created. It's
Hmm.
beautiful. So P, I respect you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive into our first icebreaker. Paul, finish the sentence. So
Okay.
I'll ask you a few prompts and you'll just finish the sentence. It's gonna be real chill, very easy, but just a way to kind of like loosen things up and get to know y'all a little bit better, okay?
Cool.
Okay.
All right, so the first one, marriage has taught me.
Mm.
Hmm.
It taught me how to be considerate. I feel like yeah, when you're single, it's about you. You get to make the decisions for you. But I feel like when you're married, it really does matter that you join in things that you're doing, that you really consider the other person, that you kind of shift your mindset. So I would say it taught me how to be considerate because you can't be selfish. And yeah, you're not the only child no more, technically. You got somebody else to be concerned about. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Let's see. I think I would say marriage taught me gentleness. When I was younger, I was very like I wouldn't say uptight, but I would say like um man, maybe like aggressive or like I don't even know what the word for it is, but marriage taught me to like relax a little bit more and like I guess patience is definitely a huge part of that. Um because I had
Mhm.
such a high expectation for myself, especially, but also for my spouse and family. It just taught me like patience, like give it some time, give it a minute, let it sit, let it marinate, and it'll come around. So yeah, I'll say patience. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Mhm.
So when you say let it marinate and come around, like what do you mean by that? Are you saying like were there certain things that you would see within Lay and you're like, okay, I kind of question that, or is that a red flag, or what do you mean by that one?
I would say just in the process of learning each other. So like being two separate individuals now learning to build this life together. It takes time, and you just have to let that time be because I mean, and that's where that patience comes in. You got to really give the other person time to be able to learn how you like things. I'm very particular. I like things how I like things. But it's because everything that I do is done with intentionality. So I do things on purpose or for a reason. And you have to give that patience so that, um, well, I had to give that patience so that my wife could catch up and learn how I do things and why I do the way I do things. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
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 That's really good. Because my mentor, one of the things that she told me, is Brittany, you have to always remember this is a person that doesn't know you. You've had
Hmm.
over me, I'm in my 30s, so I've had over 30 years of being my own individual, right? And how can you expect someone to know something if you're not communicating it with them?
Right.
So patience is definitely key. So thank y'all for that.
Yep.
All right. So on to the next one. Parenthood surprised me by,
Mhm.
like, it's still surprising me.
Yes.
Daily surprises, man.
Man. Man. Yeah. I would say it surprised me because of the shift. Like, you, oh my goodness. I feel like you're always learning, you're always growing, you're always developing. I feel like children humbles you in a way you ain't never been humbled before.
Mhm.
Um, it's just a lot of growth because you can read a whole bunch of different books, but until you experience it, you really just don't know. And you have to learn from those, encounters and different moments. So yeah, yeah, yeah. It's been great though. I love being a mommy.
Yes. I gotta piggyback off of that because God willing, I hope I have kids one day.
Yes.
But when you say it humbled you, how did it
Mm.
humble you? Tell me, girl, tell me.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you like this: kids say what they want to say, and they mean it too. So, um, my daughter has called me out a few times, or she'd be like, I think I had on the album one day, and she was like, "Mommy, that is not cute." Or she told me one day I picked her up from school. She's in preschool. She's only 4. And I was giving her kisses and she said, "Mommy, you do too much." And that's what I'm talking about. And I was like, "Okay." But that
My
led to
husband's family.
but she sure was letting me know how she felt. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. All right. So I have to maybe I need to tone it down or maybe I don't know, maybe I need to change my outfit. I don't know. Like I thought I was cute, but she really just got me together real quick."
Wow. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
She
Hmm.
got to let you know. P,
Hmm.
what about you? How has having a child surprised you?
It has surprised me. I think it's just the next level of responsibility. I think that me and myself, I'm very like independent. I love to just go off and do my own thing. But now being a parent, well, getting married, like show that first level, and then being a parent took it to a whole nother level. Because
Mm.
like Lashone is grown. She can go off and do whatever she want to do, but Phoenix is 4. So
Hmm.
she can't do everything on her own. She needs help. She needs to be taught things. She has to
Hmm.
be shown different things and repeatedly. So it's not like just
Yeah.
I show you how to do this one time thing. But also that I have to be there and continue doing it and continuously do it.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, it, it's the change like you were talking about going from, okay, we doing our own thing, we kind of vibing, you know what I'm saying? And then now we're parents, we have to slow it down a lot more and be able
Yeah.
to take care of her and make sure she's got everything she needs. and she's cared for. Like,
Yeah,
so
we
like,
responsible for her
yeah,
life.
we are literally responsible for this person, like this human
Yeah.
being.
We gotta make sure she alive tomorrow.
Literally,
As best as
like
we can.
Oh
I
my
can
gosh.
remember I can remember days, I'm sorry, where like I'll go and I'll like eat one thing in the morning and then I'll just go the entire day and then just forget about like food. But like with Fee, you got to make sure she has like she got the breakfast, she got snacks throughout the day, she got drink throughout like Capri Suns or milk or whatever it is. And then you got to give her like a meal and then another meal later on in the day. So yeah, just different things like that.
Something that you say that I remember my mom used to talk about that, and she'd be like, "Boo, something about when you have kids, you just can't get up and go when you want to. You gotta make sure your baby is ready, you got all the things that
Mhm.
they need." And
Yeah,
I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
okay."
yeah.
literally.
That's a good point. And also sleep. I'm someone who
Yeah.
really likes my sleep, and
Mhm.
it adjusts a little bit. I've
Oh
heard.
Oh
yeah.
I've
yeah.
heard.
Oh, it shifts a lot.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like I still ain't got my rest that I had before I had Phoenix.
It's crazy because it's never like the same. Like people would
Hmm.
tell you they got like different phases and things
Yeah.
like that, but it's different for every child. Like we're talking to
Mhm.
other parents, like different phases of sleep and different things like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's different for every single person and from night to night. Like it could
Hmm.
be one way this evening and then a whole nother way tomorrow evening. So
Yeah.
it changes.
Hey, well, thanks for, just giving me all these things to, look forward to. So I appreciate
Oh yeah.
it.
Mm.
All right, one more question for you. What's the first thing that you loved about each other to what you love about each other now?
Mm,
Mm. That's a good
Make you think,
question.
make you think.
Yes.
You know?
absolutely.
Hmm. The first thing that we loved about each other.
Yeah,
Versus what you love now.
Oh, dang. Versus what I love now.
I got mine.
Okay, go ahead.
All
You
right,
go
bet.
first.
Um, I loved that Lashone. Well, first, I loved that Lashone was so goofy and like fun loving and like ready to have fun and go out and do whatever like spontaneously. I still love that now. But I guess even more so now, I think I love that she really takes pride in like being a wife, being a mother, being
Mm-hmm.
like that. And she puts work into it. So she's not like just trying to be a mom at the house or just trying to be a wife at the house or anything like that. She's really like put the time, put the effort, put the energy into like keeping us lifted in prayer, taking care of us when we need it, making sure we got meals and everything like that. Checking on us to make sure that we're doing all right. And I love that. I appreciate it. Although a lot of times I don't I don't show it because I'll be like, all right, man, get up off of
He's
me.
not lovey-dovey, and I am, and I'll be a little hurt. So this is good. Keep talking about it. I didn't know you felt that way. Praise
But
the
no,
Lord.
I really I think it's super dope that she takes the time to put actual effort into those things. Because I can't really imagine what it would be like without those things. Like life would be weird, it would be cold, it would suck without the mother figure that she is to Phoenix, the wifely figure that she is to me. Like she's my wife, like she's her mother. And the effort that she puts into it is amazing.
Oh,
That's so
I
sweet.
just felt that over here. Like I have chill bumps in my arms. So like people don't play with us.
Yes,
You
man.
better
You
talk
see
about
me
my
blushing,
friend.
man.
Yes. I love that. That was so sweet. All right,
It
Pete,
really was.
that was great. Lay, we're gonna go ahead and switch it over to you. If you want to say
Okay.
anything, back to
Yes.
that.
Well, listen. First of all, I'm over here blushing. Thank you, babe, because he is not like I'm a words of affirmation person. Me and my husband, we have like different love languages. So to hear that, that just really melted my heart because I really do love being a wife and a mom, and even more, I praise the Lord for my husband and my daughter. He knew what he was doing when he gave me them. They're my babies for real. So I love being a wife and a mommy to them. But I would say what I loved in Paris when I first met him, and what I love about him today. I would say the first thing that I loved about him was kind of going back to his pursuit and his intentionality. Like he said, he really is very intentional. And if he wants something, he goes for it. Like he's very hardworking. And I appreciate it. And I love that. Like that made me admire him. That made me love him. And that made me see just the great gift and potential that he has. Like back then, that drive. And it is still something that he has today. So I would say what I loved about him back then is pretty much still the same today, but it's a different avenue, or a different strand of it, because seeing him as a husband, I'm seeing that intentionality and hard work in a whole nother area. So I love the fact that I don't have to worry about stuff in the house. Like my husband will go fix it. And if he don't know, he gonna be on YouTube. He's trying to learn. Like he is a manly man.
It's a
I
soft
mean,
life.
yes, listen, and the same thing that he said, like, I really don't know what life would look like if I didn't have my husband. Because I'm quick to call him and be like, babe, the car broke down. Or babe, it's a leak somewhere. And he is quick to get it. And I love that, like, he hears me because I can tell him something and Paris fix it. He may not respond in that moment. Like even when we have hard conversations and I'm like, babe, can I talk to you? And he may not say nothing to me in that moment, but literally the next thing I know, I'm seeing what I said being reflected. And if I ever had a doubt that he loved me, I think back to the fact that he is intentional, and he was intentional to make those changes. He was intentional to do what I asked of him. He was intentional to, just consider my feelings and change whatever it was that I had asked or strive to. And then again, back to just like fixing stuff I don't even have to worry about. There's a lot I don't have to worry about because I really do have a good man. Oh, I got something else. And his reputation. Okay. I love talking to people and they be like, "Oh, you Paris White. Girl, he is such a good man and he did this," or I saw Paris and he did this. And everybody, like every time I talk to somebody, they have great things to say about my husband. So to be a wife, and to know that his reputation is good and to come back and hear those things, like people are reporting great things to me, that makes me proud to be married to somebody like that. So I love that. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Love that. Oh my goodness. Paris, okay. I feel like you want to say something back real quick to that because I can see you cheesing over here. He's like, yeah, I know.
No, definitely. Thank you for that. That's super dope. I love to hear it. It's I I don't know. I feel like that can be one of those things where like it's like part of a thankless job. You don't get thanked or you don't get told those things, but it's always good to hear. And I think that's super dope because I do work hard. I do these things that I do on purpose and for a reason. And to hear that others take note of it, and then in conversation with my wife, they come up, and I think it just makes me feel better to know that she feels better hearing those things from other people. That's super dope.
That's so special. And there's a little sidebar, but like I just want to take a moment to also affirm you, just with the comment that you mentioned about if people talk about Paris and the things they say about him, you are such an amazing person. And I will never forget the moment when I was at my very lowest and we went out and we got some food. I was giving you all the tea, girl, and like just what Paris mentioned earlier too about like how you'll pray for people. I can't tell you like the conversations we've had since I've been in Houston. Before we end the call, you were praying for me, and you are just such a genuine person. So like to see how you guys have evolved and grown. Like of course y'all together, like so many great qualities about both of you. So I just had to let you know that as well. So
Thank you. Right back at you
absolutely.
too, sis. You know I love you deeply, and I'm super proud of you. You a real woman of God out here living. Okay.
Thank you,
Amen.
friends. Okay, so we're gonna get into the fun part, which is the main segment of Let's Get Into It. Okay. So
Okay.
I know we talked about the beginning of this episode and what season two represents, right? And I also want to focus on being an individual as well. And as we talk about, maneuvering to marriage. So can you kind of explain who you were before marriage? I know we talked about like some of the surface level things, but who was Paris and who was Lashone as individuals before you guys decided to join and become a union?
Yeah, that's a good question because I feel like a lot of times when you've been in it a while, you don't think like that. Like you
Yeah.
don't think back to that and reflect on that. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm not putting all my business out there. I'm thinking about who I was before I was married. I'm like, Jesus, like, what in the world? What was
All
I
the business,
doing?
not all the tea.
It's
It could be
hilarious.
about mindset, right? It could be about anything. It doesn't have to be all the details. Okay.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta tell them the
Yeah,
business.
no, absolutely not. No, but I think it's funny because in my mind, so honestly, I wasn't super crazy or super wild or anything like that. I think I was more so stuck in tug of war of two places. Me growing and wanting to be a really good guy, but also wanting to live a 21 year old life of going out and having a great time at the clubs, at the bars, being with women, doing the thing, and then getting back to real life, and also being this stand-up guy of like having a job and trying to like make money and all of these things. I think I just found myself hustling. Like I was working like two, three jobs, like trying to have
Mhm.
the money to be able to live the life that I was trying to live, like
Yeah.
be the partier or whatever, just trying to, I don't know, do what I thought a 21-year-old should be doing at the time. Um, but oh, the tug of war of it was I knew that that's who I wasn't supposed to be.
Mhm.
I knew that there was so much more that I was supposed to be doing. Like there was purpose, there was
Mhm.
intentionality behind my life, and just um I keep saying it, but just the back and forth, the push and pull of, man, I really want to be this really good guy, that's like a stand-up guy, has a great job, is doing all of these things, but also I want to be 21. I want to go out, I want to party, I want to have fun, I want to do all of these things. um so I found myself just back and forth constantly. And it was honestly, it was tiring. It was exhausting, like
Yeah.
trying to work all these hours because we all know at 20, 21 years old, you're not making no real
Energy.
money.
Yes.
Yeah, like I mean, you got a ton of energy, so you going, going, going. So working throughout the week, and sometimes you're working on the weekends, but you still want to go out and party on the weekends and everything like
Hmm.
that. But I was still trying to go to church and be there on Sunday mornings and do everything that I was supposed to be doing or whatever.
Mhm.
So, yeah, me as a single before we got married, I was in that push and pull, that tug of war space.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. What about you, like?
Yeah. So let me give you our context. So we got married pretty young.
Hmm.
Um, I'm a cougar by 8 months, y'all. And
Oh.
She my puma.
oh goodness. But yes, no. So he was 22 and I was 23 when we got married. So thinking about like just us before that, or even me more specifically, I feel like I've always been like I got saved at a very young age, and I've always had a love for God. Like my faith has always been a big part of me, even as a little kid. Like I used to preach to my cousins and stuff. My grandmother tells me stories about how I used to preach about that it was gonna rain on their heads. Like this is just, it's been me. Um, and I feel like me before, I really was at a place where, because I kind of have an older soul, and because I did, I loved God and I wanted to do right by God. I knew that marriage was something that I wanted, and I wanted to be a wife and a mother. Um, and so I think at this point, we were in college. I, I, I think I was trying to prepare for that happening. I don't think that I like expected it to happen so young, but I also felt like I was trying to be intentional about finding who I was in Christ as a person who's about to graduate college, who wants the future of being a wife and a mother too. So I think that I was at a place where transition was about to happen and life was getting real. And I was trying to make sure that I seek God, and be who he's called me to be, kind of finding that purpose as well. So just intentional with that. Like, I was a part of many different things on campus. I went to Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo. Go Broncos. Yeah, and I was a part of all kinds of different just like orgs and events and stuff like that, and just really trying to confirm who I was in God and reaffirm what he said, because I was really trying to seek him, really trying to hear from him, really trying to grow spiritually. And that's where I was at in the beginning, and was crazy because even when I got married, I feel like the work he was doing in my singleness, he was still doing the same work, but in a different way. And I think a lot of times when you are single, you feel like when you get married, everything you struggle with is going to stop. Everything, bad habits is going to stop. All of these, you just feel like marriage is going to be the magic to make you get into gear. And that's not true. Like, marriage only exposes, marriage only helps to really get you to find who you are as well, because you got somebody else looking at you. So you see that mirror in a sense. And so I felt like the next level that God was trying to get me to when I got married, it was like I was trying to get you to a new level in prayer. And you was kind of fighting that. But then when I got married, he was like, okay, so you going to still get to this next level in prayer, but now you got to pray for your husband. Now you got to pray for your spouse. So it was like whatever he was trying to cultivate in my singleness, what I didn't finish, he kept on in a different way, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense, what I'm trying to
It
say.
does.
Okay, okay.
That was really good. It really makes me think about like an even deeper thing here. Just because we hear both of your stories, right? P, you kind of
Mhm.
had the life, and when you're young, you're single, you're trying to be outside a little bit,
Yeah, yeah,
and
absolutely.
like yes, and like you explain your story and your journey, and just to know both of you and how you both have evolved. Like, how are you two able to stay so connected throughout all the transitions and throughout how often you may have evolved? Because I hear that throughout marriage and when you have a partner, you're going to consistently change and evolve, right? So being able to stay connected is very important. So how have you guys found that you guys were able to stay connected throughout all those changes?
Um, I think for me, I think we were intentional about the one thing that we all have always loved to do, and that's like travel, like get away, get out, and like spend time together.
Yeah.
But also those hard conversations. A lot of times we don't really, we as people don't want to like engage in those difficult conversations. But it takes one every now and then to sit down and be like, hey, what is this, or what's going on with this, or something, like whatever is on your heart, whatever's on your mind. A difficult conversation has to be had. Um, but yeah, I definitely think that that's been playing a huge role in just us being like staying connected, even as we both grew. Like in the first 5 years of our marriage, I
Yeah.
think we both worked a lot, but we also took a lot of time to be together and like away from everything together. And I think that plays a huge role in it, finding something that the two of you love to do, but away from everything so that you actually have the time to slow down and be together, alone, like just
Yeah.
that, not surrounded by everything that's going on.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's so good too. Even what you mentioned about travel, not to put y'all business on blast, but y'all talk about it anyways. But I remember when you guys used to do you had to go to all 50 states.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What
Many
number are
was
y'all at?
magnificent miles.
49.
We only got one more left.
49.
Yeah.
Where?
Alaska.
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 Yeah.
And what's crazy is I feel like your daughter has gone to more states than I've gone to. So it's like I kind of feel a type of way. Like I need to see the states a little more. But I
Do
love
it.
that.
Do it. Just book the
Yes.
trip. It's a lot of
Book
fun.
the trip. Then y'all gonna have to start going out the country and you're like, okay, this
Yeah.
continent and all the things. So
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So just essentially my takeaway from that is finding ways to connect, right?
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
you're always going to be evolving. You might have different interests as time goes on, but you have to continuously find different ways to connect and have difficult conversations when you need to.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
So it's really
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Ladies,
No.
you have anything else to add there? I didn't want to like steal your
Yeah.
shine if you're still going.
Oh yeah, yeah, no. Yeah, I agree with that. I think finding, I feel like every person and every couple is gonna have that one thing. So like we were talking to another couple, of a friend of ours, a married couple, and they were saying how like their things is board games. Like they both agree on board games and they just like to sit down and play board games. And so everybody kind of has that one niche or so. But I would say on another note, uh, is grace, because I feel like marriage is not easy. And a lot of times people think you're going to be in honeymoon phase forever. And honeymoon phase may last a good 3 years. But in those 3 years, you're going to probably have experienced some of the hardest things you've ever experienced.
Mm,
And I would say that too, because like going back to what Paris said earlier, when you get married, you're joining two different lifestyles, two different expectations, two different upbringings. So honestly, this is so funny. But I think on our anniversary last year, so after 9 years of marriage, we had just had this conversation. So I would say growing up, we had different lifestyles, different expectations, and different views of what marriage looked like. And so for me, growing in my faith, I had this specific perception of like, wife does this. And like I said, I'm a little old school. So wife does this, mom does, father, husband does this. And not that we have to do like gender specific roles, but I had a different expectation of what I wanted, what I was looking for, and what I thought marriage was going to be. Whereas Paris's perception was a little bit different, from what he saw. And so like trying to bring those together, and then you may experience disappointment because you're like, well, babe, why you ain't do it like this? Or why you didn't say it like I was expecting you to do this? And then we're battling against these expectations that we never communicated about. This is why premarital counseling is so important. And our story is a little different. We didn't really do all of that. So we kind of we learned the hard way because we eloped. But definitely recommend, if you are thinking about that, please talk to someone, some counselors, some marriage counselors, or someone to help you kind of navigate those, because that is so hard. And somebody said that to me. They kind of gave this analogy. They was like, think about, you have these two rocks and you're trying to push them together to become one. In order for that to happen, it may take time. You may got to water it down, shave some things. You might got to break some things. You may got to mold some things in order for it to come together. And so that takes grace, that takes patience, because we may not always meet each other's expectations, or we may not even know each other's expectations. But again, those hard conversations have to take place so you can be on that one accord. Like, we don't know what we don't know unless you speak it. And so then you have to be prepared to give grace, as that person is trying to learn, and so forth and so on. So that's what I would say. Mm-hmm.
wow. That's really good, especially what you mentioned about grace. And I know you mentioned a few times as well about like your faith and your upbringing and certain expectations. Because I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into the faith aspect. Like we talk about two come together. Like how was faith able to play a role in your relationship when it came throughout the evolutions? And as you mentioned, some of the most challenging times that you guys had.
Mm. Yes, I would say faith faith plays a major role. God
Hmm.
plays a major role. The fact that we are about to be at 10 years is literally all God. That's all God. Because we've had hardships, and who doesn't? But I would say when you put faith in your marriage, you take out you have to surrender or put down your flesh, your itinerary, your own desires, your own, not that you got to give up everything. Let me clarify that, because you don't have to give up, like lose yourself in the sense. But you do have to surrender your will. You do have to surrender your way. And knowing that God is like the foundation, he becomes that agreement level, if that makes sense. So instead of me saying, oh, I want to do it this way, and then Paris saying, oh, I want to do it that way, now we come to oneness because we're like, well, what way does God say we should do it? And we can get an agreement by getting in God's will, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And I would also say too, just the power of prayer, because you can get so into your own frustration about different things that your response creates a different response from your spouse that won't be good if you don't, like, first take it in prayer and humble yourself and do all of those things. And it is hard to do. Trust and believe. It takes some time. But I find that, like, one of my mentors said, fill your house with worship. When I'm mad, I need to go worship. When I'm mad, I need to go talk to the Lord, and I'm gonna tell the Lord what Paris did.
Get
But
him.
yes, get him, Lord. But what's funny is that he ends up getting me. And I'd be like, really, Lord? I said, get him. He did it, not me. But he's like, change your mindset. Where is your grace right now? Do you understand why he did that? He had a hard day today. You didn't know that. This happened today. You didn't know that. Give him grace. And when I change, it's like it gives my response to whatever happens gives him a permission to have a different response. And instead of it being escalated, it may be de-escalated because I came in more gentle. And so I feel like God does that. And that's why it's so important to tap into it, because if you're doing marriage out of your own works, if you're doing marriage out of your own flesh, trust and believe it. We are fallible people, so it's gonna be rough. But when you tap into the power of God, you tap into, okay, Lord, we both agree to do it your way. Help us. It causes you to merge because you're both surrendering at the same time to the same person that ultimately blesses your union because you're coming to him. If that makes sense.
Um, Sorry, I was just gonna say something real quick. That's so good because one of the things since I've moved, it's been tough and I've been transparent about that, but like I had to learn to surrender to God too, right? And I
Mhm.
feel like being able to just kind of speak to people, like if you're able to surrender to Him as an individual prior
Yeah.
to getting married and learning how to trust Him and learning how to be obedient in your individual and single life, those are just
Mhm.
going to be skills that you're going to have once you actually get married. So
Yes.
the word surrender just really, really hit with me.
That's good.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I I 100% agree with all of that. Everything you just said. I guess from like coming from like a husband's standpoint, God really shows us how to love our wife, a family, in the way that he loved people while he was here on earth. Um, he was no respecter of persons, and no matter what shape they were in, no matter what they had going on, he always had that unconditional love. And even more so, the love that he has for the church. Because, like, we all know the church is, I mean, each church, the church as a body is jacked up.
Yes.
Like, we all have our own things going on, and God continuously loves us. He continues
Mhm.
to show us grace and show us mercy, and I think that that is the number one example of how a husband, how a father has to love wife and family,
Mm,
from the example of Jesus, God.
wow. That is so good. Oh my gosh. Ah, it just made, wow. I just want to take a moment to say, like, I'm really proud of y'all too. Like, y'all are really out here doing it, and y'all have always been um, just individuals to look up to, right? Even though it's not like we that different in age, but
Right,
like,
right.
I just really respect y'all. So thank you so much for even sharing this. It really means a lot. Um,
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
don't
Like,
get it twisted. We're not perfect.
I
Yeah.
know.
Like we mess up
No.
all the time. Like we
Yeah.
still working on this stuff. Like
Yes.
even the stuff that we saying now, like we still working daily to
Yeah.
get better at it. Like we still mess up and do things wrong sometimes. But yeah, it's just I think it's things that we all have down inside of us. We just got to
Mhm.
keep working on it daily.
Yeah.
So,
And that
Yes.
authenticity too, like being real with yourself about where you are at.
mhm.
That's where freedom comes. That where if freedom comes, that's where inspiration comes. Because I can't do nothing if I got it all bottled in and I'm like, I think I'm
Mhm.
perfect. You ain't getting nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And to further elaborate, kind of what I was saying earlier, is like you, from what I've known, have been like very transparent individuals, right? Even like the conversations that we've had, and I'm like, what? Really? Is that
Mhm.
right? But that just allowed me to be able to see y'all as people, and like things happen, right? You go through different
Mhm.
things. You have to learn to maneuver through different things. So I'm happy to hear that the root of what kept y'all connected was the Lord. So
Absolutely.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love that. I love that. Like I heard you speaking earlier, you were talking about purpose.
Mhm.
And just prior to you guys getting married, like understanding your purpose and different things like that. So at this point in your life, for both of you, what does it mean
Mhm.
now that you have a child to build a legacy and to fulfill purpose with your partner?
Mm.
Wow.
I'm coming with the
Um,
questions. We ready?
You
this is good. Yeah. This is really good. So, man, purpose and legacy. This is deep. So like when I hear those things, I automatically think about um the family piece of it for sure. Like we want to be able to raise Phoenix to be the best she can be, and any other child that we have in the future. All of that stuff. But like purpose and then lasting legacy, that takes it to a whole nother level. So like purpose, I think that us two working together, our purpose is essentially to change the lives of anybody that we come into contact with, so like brightening up their day, showing the love that we have for each other, just showing love towards other people, being able to uplift and speak life into, being able to encourage and do all of these things. I think that's all like that's what drives us. That's our purpose. I think
Yeah.
that and I think that we walk in that daily. Like I don't think there's a barometer or a scale or anything to measure like how we're doing it or are we doing it or anything like that. But I definitely think that that's the purpose, and then the legacy that comes with all of that is being able to walk in that, and then after we're gone have that be continued from us. So like, oh, Uncle P or Papa P or Titi Lele or G Male or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like it just keeps going and going from there. And I think that all of that is that's legacy, man. That's super dope when you can, like, when you're here and you're making a difference, that's cool. But like when you're gone and you're still making a difference, I think
Mhm.
that's phenomenal. So,
Yes. That's good. That's
That's
good,
real
man.
good.
Yeah.
Come
Snap.
on.
Snaps.
I
Snaps to that.
love that.
Yeah.
Like, did you have anything else to add to that? Or he really did slam dunk there. So
He really
I don't
did.
know.
Yeah, he really did. He really did. Yeah, no, I think and you probably hear Fee because she's here.
Hey,
That's why
hey,
we've
baby
been looking at
girl.
the side
All
of stuff.
good. All good.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And as far as purpose goes, I feel like, that's something that you gotta just walk in it. I feel like we have purpose, but we often don't realize that we just need to do it. We just need to walk in it. And we have this expectation that it looks like the big platform. And sometimes that is where God is calling you, but every day is a chance to walk in your purpose.
yeah,
Every day is a chance to exercise what God has called you to do. And I think me and Paris are very intentional people about what are like, we can do that in our everyday. We can talk to somebody. We can, do something for a homeless person. Like we can do this in our everyday. Um, and for me, I love being like goofy. I know that I'm different, okay? Um I'm very energetic. I'm hyper at times. I could be a lot. I have an old soul and I embrace that. And I feel like the
All
Lord
in one.
uses that. Yes, yes. And I feel like the Lord uses that. So I just love being me and I love loving on people. Like I try to tell people that the last words that I want people to hear from me is I love you. So I be telling my coworkers I love them. It be random people in meetings. I be like, all right, I love y'all. They probably think I'm crazy, but I mean, I really try to love people with the love of Christ, and I want that to be your last
Yeah.
memories. Is Lashone or Lele said she loved me. Like that's that's purpose. Is for me to show the love of God in how I live, in how I walk, and He has shown me some other ways that purpose is going to happen in my life. But as of now, that's kind of how I'm walking in that, and just trying to surrender and obey as He continues to show me new avenues and new ways. One other thing that I do want to mention with legacy, is making sure that I'm spending time with the next generation. I don't want to leave like the things that I'm learning with just me, you know. I feel like I got an old soul because I sat around my grandmother. Like, that's my best friend. So aside of Paris and my other best friend, Peppermint, shout out. But but like my nanny, that's my girl. So like I spend time with her and she has imparted wisdom in me, and we both do youth ministry now. So I'm intentional on sitting down with the next generation, talking to them, being real with them. I don't want them to think that like we just talked about, that I'm this perfect person. No, I am a hot mess, but God is the one who keeps me. I did want to do those things, but God was the one who sustained me. And so just really sharing that and being authentic. And I think it's leaving a legacy, because now I know it's leaving a legacy, because now I'm seeing some of my babies on Facebook preaching. And I'm like, y'all better come on. They're making me proud. They're
See
making me
y'all.
proud.
Y'all
Yeah,
getting older, not me.
exactly. We ain't aging. We just changed.
Right. Wow. That's so special. And even P, how you kind of started off too, and just hearing y'all, I always use this phrase called purpose partner. And I think that's so important when you're even thinking about who you're selecting, right? Like identifying somebody that has a purpose and understanding if you can align. And hearing what you guys both mentioned, right? Like after I'm gone, how was I able to impact others? How was I able to help people? And it's like that alignment when we think about marriage. So that's so good. I just have one last question for y'all. Okay, so me being a single out here, I talk to a lot of different people, right? Like not in the way I'm out here, right? I mean, like just like friends and other things like that. Like
Yeah.
hearing how the dating pool is, and I'm sure y'all
Mhm.
heard some things too. Right.
Yeah.
So for those who may be struggling with the idea, the thought of marriage and the concept of marriage when it's oftentimes spoken against in today's world, what
Mhm.
advice would you leave them with?
That's good.
It's a great question.
I would say don't be afraid. If marriage is something that you desire and you really want, um, I'm a firm believer in, like, if you want a spouse and you're aligning with the will of God, you can have it. You will have it. You know what I mean? If you want children and you're struggling to conceive, pray about it, believe God, and I believe you will have it. Because I feel like marriage is something that God ordains and is of God. You know what I mean? And so I don't think it's something that um you can't have, but I do think we do have to prepare for those things and really uh ask for those things as well. But I would say don't be afraid, and I would say be intentional about taking your desire to God and trusting Him to do His will, and knowing that whatever His will is best, um, and that you can have it. I'll share a little bit of my best friend's story. I don't think she mind. But for like me and my best friend met in fifth grade as well.
Mm-hmm.
So all of us went to school together, so we know each other, which is crazy. I met my best friend and my husband in fifth grade, but she like since we've been friends in high school and in college, like she didn't really do a lot of dating. And she like, well, why, we would have our conversations. And I'm like, it's gonna happen for you. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna happen. And she believed that. And she kept living her life to the best of her ability. She enjoyed, she lived, she traveled. She didn't wait. Cause a lot of times people wait until they get till they get the thing they want to live.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
live now. You know what I mean? And not that I'm saying like go YOLO and do whatever you want to do, but I'm saying enjoy life. Okay, babe. Or if that's, I don't know. But what I'm saying, the point is that you want to enjoy life and you don't want to be stuck or subject to achieving one thing before you explore the rest, if that makes sense. So
Mm.
live life, you know what I mean? Enjoy. If you want to write a book, you ain't got to wait till you married to write a book. If you want to travel to the 50 states, you don't got to wait till you married to travel to the 50 states. Like, do all of that in your singleness and live your life. And while you're doing your thing, you'll notice that things will begin to happen and begin to unravel.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that was similar to what my best friend was doing. Like, she was living, I would say, her best, and she was living a purpose. She was being her. She was evolving. She was growing, and she wasn't overwhelmed with the thought of wanting something and it not coming. But she didn't let it fester or like hold her back. She went forward, and long and behold, fast forward to today, she is a mother of one. She just got married, and she got married in her 30s. So like, and that's totally fine. So I would say, don't be afraid. Don't overlook those desires and feel like they can't happen. Don't doubt and don't fear. Whatever it is, bring it to God. Ask that His will be done, and know that He can do that very thing for you.
Girl, I felt like you were speaking to my soul. Like I was just asking a question, but I felt that. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
That's good. That's so good.
That was real good.
She literally took my thought like straight out of my brain. Like that was what I had. That was it. Like,
That was
don't
good.
wait. Yeah, don't wait to do all of the things that you want to do waiting for your spouse. I think that all of the things that are in your heart are there for a reason. So go ahead and do those things, and those things will lead you to the person that is supposed to be yours, or the person that you're supposed to find. And even as time continues to go on, those things add to you. So like getting another degree, or starting a whole new career, or whatever it is, traveling, going to see all of those different things, these experiences add to who you are as a person. And that just means that you bring so much more to the table as an individual, so that you can ultimately find a counterpart that will complement that, and they'll bring so much to the table as well, and it'll just be like a match made. Like, it'll be perfect because you have done everything that you were supposed to do, and they will have done the same thing. And I know that'll happen because that's the only way that y'all will meet each other, is if you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing in order to run into each other and meet each other at that time. So do what you want to do.
Live your life.
Exactly, exactly. She said, "Don't do YOLO." I'm like, YOLO, go for it.
Oh, goodness, y'all. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and share this. Like, I really feel so just inspired, and like, like I said, I just love y'all down. I just love y'all so much. And even to those that are listening, I really hope that you got some gems and some nuggets that you could take away too. I hope that you're able to leave feeling refreshed, leave feeling encouraged, leave feeling inspired as well too, because I know that I am. So thank y'all. Be sure to tune in to the Radiance Effect podcast every other Monday at 7 p.m. because we're just gonna keep going deeper, we're gonna keep growing and elevating. So thank you for taking the time to listen. Until next time. Bye.